Y'all, it is literally hotter than the crack of Satan's ass today. So we've got to remedy that and find a way to survive this heat. And I think I have the best cocktail to help you do that. This is my version of what's called a Pear Martini. It is so refreshing. It is crisp. As soon as that liquid touches your tongue, you feel hydration, your mouth salivates. It is the perfect cocktail, especially on a hot day. So let me show you how we're gonna do this. Let's begin. First, I'm gonna take my handy dandy cocktail shaker. Now this one is my favorite. It's from the Elevated Craft and it is insulated. So several things. One, it has a sleek design. It's insulated, so when you're shaking, it makes minimum noise compared to your other cocktail shakers. So you're not having to worry about getting a headache or going deaf, losing your hearing over shaking too many cocktails. The lid is pre-measured. The insulation keeps this from getting too cold to touch. So while you're shaking, other cocktail shakers might kind of freeze your hand. This, you don't have to worry about that. It stays a nice temperature all the way around. And again, with the insulation, I'm gonna mix 2 cocktails, so I'm gonna carry the rest of this one around with me by the pool until it's time to refill my glass, and it's already chilled. I just shake it one more time and then dump. So to start, I have already filled my cocktail shaker with ice, and so then you are going to take Absolute Pear vodka. Now, I'm not typically a fan of Absolute vodkas, but unfortunately, Grey Goose does not make a pear. So apparently the goose can't fly with a pear in its mouth. So we are going to use Absolute Pear, which is a nice runner-up. So I'm gonna take a 4-ounce pour of Absolute Pear. And then I'm going to take a 1-ounce pour of what's called Saint Germain. Saint Germain is a French liqueur made from elderflower. And it adds a really, really nice subtle touch to this cocktail. So I have 1 ounce of Saint Germain. Then I'm gonna take the juice of 1 lemon and I'm going to squeeze that in. Remember, you want to squeeze pretty firmly to get the juice, but you don't want to squeeze too hard to get all of that bitter note out of the rye. All right. So I have the juice of 1 lemon, which is pretty close to about 1 ounce. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of pear puree. Now, pear puree is not sold, at least in the markets around Jackson, Tennessee, but I used my head. I went to the baby food aisle and got pear puree from the baby food aisle. I ain't too proud. So I'm gonna take about 2 spoons of that and add. And now we're ready to shake. I don't know if you can tell the difference on the camera, but this is hardly making any noise at all. I'm not disturbing my neighbors. I mean, I don't have a headache. I'm not about to get a sensorineural hearing loss. I mean, we are winning today. We just gotta tackle this heat. Okay, so now that my cocktail is shaken, I'm going to take my frozen insulated cocktail glass, martini glass. So here, I'm gonna add a little step because I put the puree in. I'm going to fine strain it into my glass, okay? Oh, it's looking so good already. Wonderful. All right, so I just need this to strain down. All right, we are in business. Now, if you want to, you can take a little zest of lemon, just for garnish. Be careful not to touch the inside of it, because you don't want those oils to be disrupted. Now, let's taste this and see what we've done. Yo. Oh my God. This is so delightful. There's a lot of flavors going on, but what you recognize the most is that splash of fresh, like cool citrus explosion in your mouth. This is so fantastic. You can't drink many of these, so I suggest you drinking a beer in between them or something to hydrate. Cheers. I hope you try this because this is a winner chicken dinner.